Hey, welcome back. Back inside the workshop where it's not quite as exciting as out on the mean streets of Columbus, Ohio. But you got to put in the time in the shop if you're going to tear it up. So what we've got here, might as well finish the easy for me to say. The Yamaha 50, Yamaha QT50 engine teardown part next. So I've got my cheap bearing separator puller set, 2 and 3 inch, and I built my puller. So you get a choice of I guess this is a 2-inch puller and a 3-inch puller. And on the Yamaha crank, I've got this bearing that needs to be removed. So I put the 2-inch puller on, tightened the nuts down, 17mm nuts, put in these legs, put in these legs. They just screw in down here, 1, 2. Then put this on top of the legs, and then they screw in up here, 17-inch. And then here's the I'm going to call it the push rod. And I put the nut back over the crank to protect the threads, and I put a washer over that. And now the issue is just having this push rod centered on the crank and see if we can pull it out. Will it work? Are we recording? Yes, we're recording. That's good. So turning my crank. Really? What's up with that noise? Sorry. Let me move you over a second. Sorry about that. Did I do this inside the case before? No, that couldn't be the case. Alright, I tell you what. Maybe. Can I hold this? There we go. And hey, look at that. It's pulling it right off. No problemo. There we go. Got her off. I guess hold the crank. Sometimes I learn things as I go about this myself. Why is it turning the crank? Because you're not holding it. Hold the crank still, son. And I guess I'll show you how this comes apart. So I've got to take the flywheel key out to get the bearing. Oh, there it goes. It was stuck on there. I'll take the key out, pull the bearing off, and we've got a crank. And then, the next issue is, do we want to rebuild the crank? And I'm going to look into that, as a matter of fact, or at least replace that big end bearing. I think you just press, you just press this out. I got to do some research. Hey, if anybody out there knows, it's probably harder than I think. If anybody out there knows how to at least replace that bearing, I mean, we might as well do that. Of course, I don't even know what, I guess I'll have to look it up, see what bearing it is. So anyways, you might find this interesting. How does this all come apart? Well, we just take the push rod out, and I think I just bought this off Amazon. as much as I hate buying off of Amazon. Or I might have gotten it off of eBay. Not that eBay's any better, right? Alright, so we got our push rod. At least what I call the push rod out. You can, play this in reverse. We got our washers and nuts. And this, just to see how it all goes together. And then the legs come out of this, and you're done. Well worth it. And I'll see if I can get that flywheel key out of there, pull the bearing off, and we can start building up a Yamaha QT50 ripper. Because if you're not building a ripper, I guess you're building a gas sipper. Hey, that's the best I could come up with. I just made that up, I'm not a rapper. But I really don't dress dapper. Anyways, hey, thanks for watching. See you real soon.